Breaking news this hour. Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro is now in U.S. custody at a federal detention center in Brooklyn, following an extraordinary military operation that has sent shockwaves around the world. In the early morning hours of January 3rd, the United States launched Operation Absolute Resolve, deploying more than 150 aircraft in coordinated strikes across northern Venezuela. Maduro was seized at Fuerte Tiuna, the country's largest military installation, and immediately flown to New York aboard a Department of Justice aircraft. Maduro arrived just hours ago at the Metropolitan Detention Center. According to the Department of Justice, he's facing charges of narco-terrorism, conspiracy to import cocaine, and weapons violations, charges that were first filed back in 2020 during President Trump's first term. The U.S. government had placed a $50 million bounty on his head. The operation has triggered intense international backlash. China called it state terrorism. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he wants to establish the facts. Venezuela has requested an emergency UN Security Council meeting. Under international law, this appears to violate the UN Charter's prohibition on using force against a state's territorial integrity. The U.S. would need to justify this as self-defense or have Security Council authorization, neither of which clearly applies here. Inside Venezuela, the Supreme Court has named Vice President Delcy Rodriguez as acting president, calling Maduro's capture a kidnapping. But President Trump says the U.S. will play a central role in running Venezuela indefinitely, quote, until a formal transition of power can take place. What happens next remains deeply uncertain. Maduro is expected to appear in federal court in Manhattan in the coming days. Meanwhile, 28 million Venezuelans face an unclear future, and the international community grapples with the implications of what many are calling an unprecedented violation of sovereignty. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops.